What up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony TV. Look, do me a favor, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video and drop a comment if you got a comment. You already know I appreciate your support, man. Hey, real quick, man, I just want to talk about the process of getting hired on with GFS or, you know, any company for that matter. I've been getting a lot of questions lately asking me, you know, how long does it take to get hired? I applied, I haven't heard anything. How long does the process take, right? And look, the answer to that is, I don't know. You know, it varies, man. It varies from person to person, company to company. You know, it's all about the company's needs, man, and you know what they're looking for. Obviously, 9 times out of 10, man, you're not the only one that applied for that company, man. You're not the only candidate that they have to sift through. So you just got to exercise some patience, man, for the most part. You just got to be patient. You know, if you apply for the company and you don't hear anything back in a decent amount of time, you know, a few days or something like that, then follow up. You know what I mean? Get in contact with human resources. You can Google the company's HR department for the most part. Usually everything is on Google these days. So I'm pretty sure you can find that information out. But yeah, man, you gotta be patient, man. Give these companies a chance to go through the applications and reach back out to you, man. Like I always say, check my mailbox, guys. Like I always say, man, food service companies always hiring, man. So they'll contact you, but you just got to be patient. And like I said, sometimes you got to follow up, man. So don't get discouraged. Just trust the process, man. You got to trust the process. You know, somebody asked me, well, man, how long did it take you to get hired? And for me, if I can remember, man, let's see, I applied with GFS. It was at night. I know that. I can't remember what day of the week it was, but I know it was at night. It was late at night. I applied, and you know, I got a phone call. Like the next day. Man, from a recruiter, right? She basically interviewed me over the phone. That interview went well, and she set up another interview. So now I'm just kind of, you know, telling you guys the whole process, the process that I went through getting hired on with GFS. So I'm just letting you guys know what the process looked like. This could be different, you know, if you're trying to apply for a different company. Even with GFS, you know, you probably didn't go through this process like I went through. But it probably was similar. But yeah, just to get back to the process. So she interviewed me. The interview went well. She scheduled another interview with the transportation manager. That other interview was set probably the following week, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it probably was maybe 3 to 5 days in between from the first interview, right? And for me, I had a Skype interview with the transportation manager, so it was like, a video type of interview. I was in front of my laptop and he was in his office, and we pretty much had the interaction there. And he asked me questions. Obviously, you guys already know how interviews go. But at the end of the day, that interview went well, and he called me probably about 2 days later, 2 or 3 days later. I remember the interview with him was on a Friday, and he called me like the following Monday, right? So yeah, it was a couple days later when I heard back from him. I remember I was working for the beer company, like I talk about if you guys been following me. I remember what store I was at and everything when I got the phone call from my transportation manager. I was making a delivery. I remember it like it was yesterday. But yeah, it was just a couple days, man. He offered me the position. But just to rewind, when after I got off the phone with him, that was the second interview. He told me that he had to go through he had to interview a couple more candidates, and then he would let me know if I was the one chosen for the position. And a lot of times managers say that, or recruiters say that, or whatever. Even if they feel like you may be the candidate for them, a lot of times they may not tell you right off. They probably will tell you, well, hey, I gotta look through or interview some more of the candidates and things of that nature. Sometimes it could be true, but sometimes, a lot of times, they tell you that to either get with another manager and talk about it, or whatever the case may be, right? But I felt pretty good about it. The interview went well, and like I said, I got offered a position, man, and I'm here. The rest is history. So that was kind of the hiring process. From there, I went back to my employer at the time, the beer company, put in my notice, gave them my 2 weeks, left the company on good terms. I think that's important. Leaving on good terms, man. I don't know. I just think it's important. Now sometimes there may be situations where it's just like crazy, super bad. You just got to get out of there, dude. I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. But I definitely try to leave on good terms, man. You never know if a company, needs to go back and talk to that previous employer, man, and find out what happened. So, I just think it's important to leave on good terms. But so that was that, man. Got hired on. I end up. So let's talk about the first week now. I'll fast forward to the first week. What was the first week, right? How did your first week look? When you got hired on, what did you do? So, I did my training. I think it was 3 weeks training. I ended up doing my training in a different city and state, actually, from where I live. I had to go to Birmingham, or actually it was Pell City, Alabama. It's real close to Birmingham, Alabama. So I had to drive a few hours away for training. They paid for my hotel stay. I basically had to stay up there 2 weeks, right? They let you can go home on the weekends if you wanted to, but yeah, I had to drive there. Had to stay up there for 2 weeks. So the first week, the first couple days, it was like a lot of paperwork and watching videos, right? You kind of typical, you know, first week type of training procedures and things that you do, right? So it was a bunch of paperwork and videos and stuff like that. And then I want to say, I think midweek, the first week, we got on the route. Maybe like on a Thursday or Friday or something like that. We ended up, because it was me and another guy. My boy Travis, he's actually out of Montgomery drop yard right now, but we was in there together, man. So it was me and him basically started together. And yeah, they put us on the route. Like I said, I think Thursday or Friday. So we had 2 days that first week, and then obviously the next week we was on the route riding with somebody kind of midweek, and then, you know, I was actually driving towards the middle or end of that following week. So yeah, man, I did two weeks of training in Birmingham. Then I came back to the location that I am right now, the drop yard, and finished out my last week of training. So that's pretty much how it worked, man. Finished out my last week of training at the actual drop yard that I'm working at. And yeah, man, ever since, it's been sweet, man. Ever since, it's been sweet. So, yeah, man, I just want to make this video, man, because like I said, I've been getting a lot of questions about, you know, how long does it take to get on with the company? I haven't heard back from the company. And like I said, man, all I would say to that is just be patient. Follow up if you need to follow up. And look, at the end of the day, if you follow up and you don't hear back from them, then go to the next company. You know what I mean? But definitely be patient, man. Just be patient. Like I said, most of these food service companies are hiring, man. So, you know, you'll most likely get a phone call. You just gotta sit tight. You know. Look, man, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Like this video and drop a comment if you got some comments. I already know y'all will. Hey, until next time, guys, I'll holler at you. Peace.